Help me welcome to the Zoom my friend, co-founder of 7K, Mr. Josh Anderson. Take it away, sir.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. And wow, what an amazing night so far to hear from yourself, Tony. You did a fabulous job, along with Scott did a tremendous job there in the beginning, and Emily and Debbie, your testimonies. Thanks for sharing the night. It really is a pleasure to be with all of you for a few minutes tonight and share with you a little bit about the vision and direction behind 7K Metals. You've done such a fabulous job, all of the presenters tonight, in sharing what it is we care about. But I'll just take a couple of points for you. So in 2016, when we started this journey, we set out with just a few simple philosophical principles that we wanted to hold true to. And looking back, we've been able to do that from 2016 until today. But those principles are really quite simple. Number one, we really believed that the very best opportunity in the world for the average person to go out and make extra income, secondary income, income that a household desperately needed, was found in the referral marketing or network marketing space. The problem was, because all of the founders who spent their entire adult lives in that space, we realized the challenges firsthand. Challenges like most companies are set up for a few individuals to get all of the success. And by all of the success, I mean, do you know, in the industry statistic, less than 2% of all people in the industry outside of our company ever make $1,000 a year. Wow. So from day one, we sat down and we said, if we're going to do this, if we're going to start this company, we have to find a way to reward the non-professional networker, to take these people who really understand the principle, but have never been able to find great success. And we have to build a structure where they can win. What Tony showed you tonight is that our associate level, the ability to make up to $500 a week with a grand total of ever sharing with two people, is unheard of. And then you'd have the ability to make up to $500 a week if your organization grew, and not some crazy litany list of what it would take to stay qualified or active. That's the premise of where we started. Could we take everything we knew about the industry? Could we just turn it upside down? Could we do it different? And what's really amazing for us is looking back now where we're at, to literally have tens of thousands of people who have been able to do that across the world. In the United States alone, over 80,000 people have participated in that model and had an opportunity. Now, over 30,000 people have earned commissions at 7K Metals. And it's not massive commissions, right? Now, when you do it that way, you can't pay one individual $1 million a month if you're going to pay the masses $500 a week, right? So the model had to be changed. And so for us, it's who we are, finding a way to do that. And second, when we sat down, we said, you know what? Think about the power. If the product by which you send people is actual, real assets, namely gold and silver. I absolutely love our autosaver program. When it was shared tonight, right? Think about the power. That Montana butterfly was an autosaver. It was an autosaver that no one had to think about. No one had to be an expert and say, you know what? I wonder if I should get the Montana butterfly. No, they were able to sit back, wait, and watch it come in the mail because they were disciplined enough to put it on autosaver. And then they were able to have it turn into something that exponentially grew. That's never been done in the history of the 58-year history of network marketing. That's never been done. Where you take an asset and you send it to someone every month, and it has real value when it arrives. And more importantly, that's the thing that has the points attached that you can earn commissions. Extremely, extremely powerful. It's the most powerful thing I've ever been a part of in my life. And I've had the luxury and the great blessing of being involved in many multi-million and $100 million companies. So for me to say that, I say that from a position of great strength, okay? It's the most powerful thing I've ever been a part of. Now, I would say this, right? A couple philosophical things that we believe as founders of the company and owners. Number one, we absolutely believe that every single person in the world must, notice I said the word must, have gold and silver. You got to be protected like the kings and queens of this earth. For the last 6,000 years, the kings and queens of this earth have protected their wealth. They've protected their families by purchasing gold and silver, storing it. And when hyperinflation happened in their time periods, and it's happened throughout all of mankind, they had the assets that made the biggest difference for their family. We firmly believe that every household needs it. The problem is the world of gold and silver. It's so convoluted. There's so much greed. There's so much manipulation, and there's so much fraud. Do you know they say a few years ago, eBay put out a big press release that they were going to take all gold and silver off of their website because they were being hit with a lawsuit. At that time, 80% of every ounce of every silver eagle being sold on eBay was fraudulent and not real. So they were going to cancel and get rid of it. The shareholders got involved and found out that it was the most lucrative, precious metals is the most lucrative piece of their business. So knowing they had fraud, knowing the fraud was 80%, they still left it on. That's what I mean by the gold and silver industry is fraught with fraud and deception and misinformation. So to be able to buy your gold and silver from a trusted source, from people who have all of us interconnected through a giant web of trust, selling it to one another and sharing it with one another. We can't go hide. We couldn't sell fraudulent gold and silver and go hide because you have lent your trust to us. And we, in part, use your trust to sell the metal. So one of the ways that we get around that, we only buy metal, gold and silver. We only buy it from the giant suppliers of the earth who buy it direct from the U.S. Mint, the Australian Mint in Perth, in Austria, Vienna. And we have become such a large player in this space that we, in 2022, for example, we bought 65 in the month of April and May, we bought 65% of every eagle made in the world by the US government. That went all the way to 72% through the summer of 2022 and into the fall and then into the January 2023. So we are a massive player in the space, and we only buy direct from the mints, and we assay and ensure every piece of metal is because we're in the trust business, right? That's what we do together, and you are part of that. And so we honestly believe every single family in the world should have it. We want to get rid of all the hurdles and obstacles and roadblocks that make it difficult to own. That's why it's so powerful. These ideas of things like the sound money wallet, it is so powerful. It's born out of innovation, right? It's born out of a disruptive mentality of how do we take the problems of gold and silver and how do we solve them for the masses? Do you realize that JP Morgan, Chase, Wells Fargo, Chesapeake Oil, BP Oil, do you realize that they own billions of dollars of gold and silver? They don't need help. They don't need help. But who does need help in understanding, navigating, and using that asset? Middle-class America, people all across the world who don't have the same access as JP Morgan or the Biden family or you name it. But guess what? Born out of those challenges, born out of those problems, like, do you realize, I'll tell you a little story. When we started 7K Metals, I grabbed a monster box of Silver Eagles. We ordered them from our supplier. I picked them up, wanted to go through the process of how to sell it back. I went to 3 pawn shops in my little community, right? I hauled them in there. First of all, if you've ever carried one around, you better be working out, okay? It's 500 Silver Eagles, comes in a great big green box. You better be working out if you're going to get it in and out of the trunk, okay? First of all, when I went to the first pawn shop, it was we live in a really safe place, but we still have a shady part of town. And I don't know what it is about gold and silver dealers, but they got to be in the shady part of town. Probably because their people like to steal it. I don't know. But I got to put in the shady part of town, I got to pack around this super heavy box of Silver Eagles. I take it in. It's like the guy treats me like I'm an idiot, right? Back then, this is the beautiful part about it. Back then, it was $8,000 was a box. Now it's like $19,000, $20,000. Okay. Maybe you should have bought a bunch more in 2016. But so I haul this in, $8,000. I know exactly what it's worth, right? The guy offers me $6,000. I said, okay, great. I haul it back out, put it in the truck, drive to another place. He offers back up. I go to the third place, who is a trusted, a great friend. I go in and he says, Josh, I can give you 7,500. And I said, it's worth 8,800. He goes, yeah, but everybody, the next guy that brings his in will take it because anybody coming through my door is desperate. So born out of that challenge. So then I took it back and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to pick the biggest online retailer. I'm not going to use their name because we beat them every day and they hate my guts. Okay. And they hate our company. So I won't use their name. But I called them up. Hey, I want to sell back this monster box. They said, great, package it up, ship it to us, pay the insurance. When it gets here, we'll check it. We'll make sure it's real. And we'll offer you a quote. We'll offer you a price. I said, well, give me a price now. And they said, well, we can't give you a price until we physically have it and see what the prices are. So I had to go through their rigmarole. I ship it off, send it in. First of all, it costs $400 to insure it at the UPS store, just so you know. I send it in. They call me back and they said, oh, okay, well, we can, remember I paid it, it was worth $800. Said, well, we can give you $6,600. And I said, that's a ripoff. And they said, well, if you don't like it, you can pay the shipping and the insurance to have it sent back to you, or we can wire you that money. Born out of those experiences, we said, we can do better. And we built this unbelievable company called the Sound Money Wallet that is so transparent. It's everything's above board. If you buy gold and silver, you can buy $1, you can buy $1 million, it doesn't matter. You store it in our vaults. We offer instant liquidity. So fast. I was just with a gentleman today who was needed to liquidate 2,000 ounces of silver, $50,000. He needed to liquidate $50,000 worth of silver eagles inside the Sound Money Wallet. I timed it with him. From the time he logged in, sold the silver eagles back, and clicked the button to have it ACH to his bank account took 42 seconds. 42 seconds to sell back $50,000 at Sound Money. And the money will be available in his account after midnight tonight. So that's what we've said, right? We believe every single person in the world should have it. And we've tried to make it as seamless and simple as it possibly can. And lastly, I'm just going to share this, right? I absolutely believe the most important thing that we offer at 7K Metals is an opportunity to make extra income. The world has never needed it more than today. It's never needed the opportunity to earn an extra $500 a week or an extra $1,000 a week for really not a crazy amount of effort. And the world has never needed a residual income more than it needs it today. I just want to share with you, we probably have a lot of networkers on. If you're a networker and you've been in networking before, in the chat, type in there for me. Yes, if you've been in network marketing before, okay? If you've been in network marketing, hit it for me, yes, okay? I want to speak to you for just a second while I look at them all, okay? If you've ever been in it, I want to just share a number with you, okay? When we say we're here for the non-professional networker, I want you to think about this. To make an extra $500 a month, $500 a month, really a big deal. That's a car payment for a lot of people. That's the difference in keeping Sally in piano lessons and Jimmy in soccer, okay? It's the difference in fixing the car or getting a new washing machine. To make, in most companies, to make $500 a month residually off of just the coin of the month I'm going to talk about would be a ridiculous amount of work in most companies. I want you to think about this for a minute. This is what it takes here at 7K Metals. A total team of 25 people buying the autosaver on the left and 25 people on the right. By the way, that's not your efforts. That's your efforts combined with your uplines efforts, combined with your downlines efforts, combined with if you have a strong leg. 25 autosavers on your pay leg. An absolute ridiculously low number of people to make $500 extra a month. One of the first slides that Scott shared said that the average household can't absorb a $400 monthly emergency. We put our money where our mouth is when we started this company. We didn't just, it's not cliche when we say we're here for the non-professional networker to make above average income. We back it up every day by allowing residually with just 25 autosavers on your pay leg a month, $500. Absolutely ridiculous how simple it is. So, hey, Tony, I just close out tonight. This is really simple, right? Like where do you see yourself? Where do you actually see yourself? By the way, that's one old looking dude you got on the screen there with that big white beard. My wife wishes that beard would come back. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Really, this is as simple as it is. Where do you see yourself fitting in? Do you want to just become a customer? Apps. If you want to do that, contact the 7K associate, get started, sign up, get on our autosaver, start buying at Sound Money, start stacking your assets inside the stack and sell platform. It's really simple. And we literally have tens of thousands on tens of thousands on tens of thousands of customers. And we would love to have you as a customer. But maybe you're a number two. Maybe you're a little interested in making some part-time income, okay? If that's you, you got a really good job, but you know what? Inflation is eating up your household income. Or you're no longer able to take the vacation you want to. You're no longer able to do the activities you want to. For example, I love motorcycles. If I couldn't ride motorcycles in all their varieties, I would go insane. So maybe you're somebody who's, needs to make a little extra income to keep the hobby that you want. If you're interested in that, in a part-time income, jump in, get started, share 5 to 10 hours a week, build a solid business to earn a little extra money. But don't wait. Pick one of those options that Tony shared tonight, either the 149, 249, or the 599. But maybe you're on the call and you're number 3. I'm interested in meaningful income. You've been in the space of network marketing, or you've never been in, it doesn't matter. But you want to really do this at a massive level. You want to be like Tony Hubbard or Debbie McDonald or Emily Manuel or Scott. You want to be like them. You want to make life-changing income. You want to make it like my friend, I saw her on her earlier, Diane up in Montana, who's been doing this with us for 7 years, who, whether she gets out of bed or not, she's going to get an unbelievable $3,500 a week in residual income, whether she gets out of bed. Now, she gets out and works hard every day. But my point is, if you want to make life-changing income, you want to be different, you want to change, hey, take it serious, craft your skills, get one of our legacy VIP memberships and link arms with whoever invited you to this Zoom meeting tonight and sprint if you're that. And by the way, as owners, I really want to meet you wherever you are. We love our ones, we love our customers, we love our part-time members, and we absolutely love those that want to go crush it. And we will be here to support you no matter what you choose. We'll be here to support you. And in closing, Tony, I just say, I greatly appreciate all of you. I speak for all of the four founders. We love you. And more importantly, we believe in you and your ability to go out and change the world. And so you guys have a great night, and I'll kick it back to you, Tony.
All right. As always, Mr. Josh Anderson, I appreciate you, man. You know how to close the house. And I definitely look forward to seeing you in a couple of months there in Vegas at our international convention, and driving away with that grand prize with the Ford Mustang, and seeing thousands of individuals make millions, earn, $1,000 worth of gold coins. So again, get back with the person who invited you out, and always remember that life is not about waiting for the rain to stop. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. Everyone have a great evening. God bless. Take care.